Hey, good morning, Top Gun options traders and investors. Matt Buckley, call sign was the primary model portfolio manager here at TGO, and having a great day. Why? Weekly jobless claims rose, and also Apple turns out went to the Kathy Lee Gifford Business School of using underage labor. So, a lot going on today, folks, that I want to cover. Let's start with weekly unemployment claims. 342, and that was actually a revision there, revised from 339 last week. And everybody know what happened with last week's unemployment numbers. Looking for 367 this week, so an increase. Ka-chunk, huge increase at 388. That's not good. Philly Fed's coming out here in a little bit in the conference board numbers. Conference board one will be interesting. Philly Fed, the Empire Manufacturing Index came out earlier in the week, and it was kind of a non-event, even though it wasn't good. And then, folks, as we've covered all week on tomorrow's flight schedule, one of the bigger things that I'm going to be keeping an eye on is existing home sales. Our existing home sales coming out at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Obviously, a slew of earnings still hitting the street. And last night, and we talked about this in our SITREPs throughout the week. Look at these Chinese numbers. So China, 7.6, previous GDP, 500-pound heads, we're calling for a slowdown. It came in line with the revised slowdown. Okay, and some of their other numbers, industrial production and their fixed asset investments went up, and that's actually helping out one of our positions, one of our long positions we have in China. But China GDP, I said, was going to be interesting, and it came in line. I actually thought it was going to come in down. I definitely didn't think it was going to come in up. So it being in line, along with other kind of bad news out of China, it's gone from a sucking chest wound to, we've put gauze on it, but it's still kind of a sucking chest wound. So maybe have stopped the hemorrhaging for now, but I don't foresee China walking out of the ICU anytime soon. Okay, so that's kind of our strategic mindset. Banker is still sick. Europe's still Europe, and Spain's still dancing around having to ask for a bailout or not. But let's get operational and tactical. In the Top Gun Options model portfolio, we put on a weekly trade in Apple Tuesday in our live trading session, and it immediately got hammered. Why? Well, they sent out an email that said, hey, you're invited to see something new. Well, guess what? Everybody knows it's a mini iPad, and everybody knows that was coming. And what's next? When's the iPhone 12 come out? When's the iPhone 97 come out? When's the mini iPad come out? It's so small that you can't even see it, and it's 12 grand. Apple's start, and then of course the Kathy Lee Gifford School of Business, where they employ child labor to build a lot of this stuff. The stock's getting. I love this. We had a nice tight iron condor on the 620, 625, 650, 655, and it was down 2 grand on the mini iPad news, and now it's up $1,500. And obviously we have how much time value left? About $1,200. So we have potential to make $2,800 since Tuesday afternoon in the primary model portfolio on our Apple position. Also have a Chipotle position. They're coming out with earnings today. I think the stock was halted earlier. Let me take a look at what's going on. But we had a Chipotle iron condor on as well. And folks, these were iron condors. Now it's trading. I believe so. Seeing any movement here. But folks, we put on iron condors this week. Yeah, okay, it's moving. In several weekly positions, like I've covered throughout my SITREPs last week and this week, that are absolutely crushing it. Green Mountain's looking good. Valiant Pharmaceuticals. You see all these X's, folks, on the Trade Monster platform? It means we have options expiration, easy for me to say, in a couple days away here. GLDs are still working. Our Brazil ETF, we have a bullish bet on Brazil, bullish trade. Why? Because the IMF came out 2 weeks ago and said Brazil and the UK are going to be the only countries in the world to see moderate growth in the next year, next couple years, and this is a great bullish diagonal that we're going to keep working on here. So everything else is going great in the model portfolio, folks. We have hedges on right now that bear call spreads bear put spread on SPX. We have an SDS, Sierra Delta Sierra, double vertical bear spread out to January, and that's it's the ultra short on the S&P. So looking great here in the model portfolio, folks. Options expiration tomorrow. Again, folks, if you're not in Top Gun Options and you haven't given us a test flight, you're missing out. Period. So go to the home page, hover over services, and click on the Trade Alert and Live Trade Brief, and you can take a test flight, folks. Don't take my word for it. $28 if you want to trade with me for 2 weeks. It's about 8 hours of live trading, and that's at least 4 trade alerts. Or you can go in advanced with our volatility arbitrage trader for 14 days, or do what everybody does and give us a 2-week test flight in all of our services. That's 4, 8, 12, 16 hours of live trading, at least 6 or so-ish skill-based trade alerts, and really start putting the odds in your favor. Because like I said, and I've said repeatedly, and I'll always say, people lie, numbers don't. Since March 1st, when I took up over the primary model portfolio using about $50,000 of haircut, we've essentially more than doubled that, 219%. And that was as the close 2 days ago. So I need to update, obviously, and we're seeing obviously another $2,000 you can add to that. So let's just call it over 220% in 7 months. That's discipline, folks. That's risk management. That's superior execution. That's being hedged. That's looking at this market and saying, you know what? You can't fight the Fed, and Bartender Bernanke is going to keep serving up booze, and we're never going to have a hangover. And being the guy in the back of the room that's sipping on his Captain and Coke, going, all right, I appreciate the free booze, but I also know that I'm going to take some Motrin right now and be ready for the hangover. So I can go out in the sun in the morning while everybody else's eyes are and their heads are hurting and the portfolios are taking it in the chin. Okay, so primary traders, I'm going to get out a video here in a little bit about our expiring positions and what I'm doing in the model portfolio with them. For everybody else who's not in any of our services, obviously you probably should be. And there's let me show you something real quick. I got this the other day, and this brings a smile to my face. I just thought I would let you know how happy I am with the service you're providing. I became a subscriber about 3 weeks ago. I got this on Monday. Set up my paper trading account and followed everything you did, even if I didn't fully understand it. In these 3 weeks, I have over $7,000 more in my account than when I started, and most of it came this week, and that was this week. And best of all, I'm learning at a rapid pace. Your way of thinking makes so much sense now. I realize now why I never really was any good at it before. I didn't use your SOT way of thinking until now: strategic, operational, tactical. I've tried another options trading service and was unhappy with the direction given, as he expected you to figure things out on your own from the start. Yeah, that works. Your service is completely different and is easy to follow if you have a little bit of options understanding, obviously, and is obviously working well. Thank you again for your previous service to our country, your current service to me, and other fortunate subscribers. So just wanted to show you that real quick, folks. And we get a lot of those, and I don't like, believe it or not, don't really like trumpeting our horn too much, or everybody throws up testimonials and they annoy the hell out of me. I don't, because I let my performance speak for itself. But that one really, that one hit me, and I appreciate Dan for sending that in. So folks, got to run, got to shoot an expiration video. Like I said, if you're not in, give us a test flight. If not, I really do wish you luck in this market, because you're going to need it. It's some dangerous times out there. I love danger, and I love volatility. The more danger, the better in here, and the more better. Wow, the better we're going to do as options traders. Okay, and Apple shares slipping on Verizon iPhone 5 remarks. Excellent. Love Apple getting hit right now, because it's going to help us finish our iron condor right down the uprights for about $2,800 in 3.5 days. All right, folks, happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll be back with Wealth Creation Investing's Friday market wrap up with tomorrow and options expiration. We'll see you.